world, um, it's amazing when you see the numbers, and it's staggering when you see the growth pattern and what's happening and how young people are when they're starting to play games. We're going to be able to tap into a community of people that when they turn 18, they will be ready to start their business because they've been playing games on FantaZ since they were, I mean, I've got, we've got people that are really young playing games on here, and so they're going to grow up playing games and understand that they can be a business and make a living playing games. That's very exciting. So obviously you're going to tap into the game developers. You're going to tap into the game players, and we have an assortment of game players to tap into. You have the fantasy sports players. You have the static players, people that like to play the Pac-Man type games. You have the person that wants to play card games and the war games and things like that. There's going to be such a variety of things as we move forward that we're going to be able to tap into every gamer out there. And they're going to be excited about what they can do on here because there's such variety. And then you can also tap into the business builder. And I want to show you a little bit about how a business builder can be attracted to this. Right here under community, you're going to be able to see that we have a social media platform attached to our gaming platform, and you can get in here and converse with different people. But we also have an assortment of celebrities. We have actually over 100 celebrities, I'm thinking it's more like around 150 by this time, that have come on board to endorse FantaZ, and they have not been released to do so yet. And if you've ever been in network marketing before, if you will notice, most of those companies will have one or two celebrity types that have come on board, and it's very exciting. I personally, in my business here, had a local celebrity to be on board in my company, and just saying their name made people want to come to a meeting. They were like, well, if he's doing it, it must be good. Let's go check this out. It gave it credibility. When someone famous, people, that's why they have famous people advertising Coke and Pepsi and McDonald's and all these different things. They put famous people on there because famous people encourage you to do what they're doing. We have that capability here at FantaZ, and I'm going to show you something here that's pretty exciting. I'm going to click on this particular, and I don't know sports. Darren Sharper is a celebrity, and I'm sure he's a football celebrity. I can't tell you who he's with, but I'm going to click here on an important part of the profile here. This is his profile page, just like your profile page, except his has been customized by FantaZ to be a little extra special because he's a celebrity. But that's going to benefit us, because even if you have not brought the celebrity into the program, now we would love for you to go out and get celebrities, but it's not as easy as it may look. But FantaZ is bringing them in, and they're giving us the capability of building our business and growing a strong business by using that celebrity's fame to help build our business. So when you get into the profile, click right down here on Check Out Z Celebrity Profile. This brings us to a second specialty page that was developed just especially for him. And if you click to get started right here, if someone found this page and they clicked to get started, they would be joining with Darren. If they clicked join for free, they would still be joining with Darren. If they clicked play now, they would be joining with Darren. But if you click right here on view games, there's a very special tab that comes up. This is an additional specialty page that comes up. But right here it says Game Lobby Toolbox. There's a little gold button right here. And when you click on that, that opens a box where you can promote this celebrity as if you had brought him in yourself. And when you do that, you can click share on Facebook or Twitter or any of the other social networks. And when you click that, it's going to open up this box over here on the right that is a link. At the end, it's going to have your tracking number. Right up here it says your ZBO number. This is my ZBO number right here. And so when I share this on Facebook and someone opens it up, it's going to open to this beautiful page. And if they're a fan of this particular person, they're going to be, wow, Darren's in FantaZ. I better check this out. And when they click on there and decide to join because of this link right here, they're joining with you. And I think that's really powerful because that gives all of us the ability to use the fame of the celebrity and to be able to get in there and use that person's, the power that they have. They have Twitter accounts with thousands and thousands of people, and they're giving you almost the same ability to get out there and make the information known. So I think that's a great thing that they've enabled us to do. Now I want to show you some different things about Facebook that would help you with your business too. A couple of things we mentioned last week, and let me open my Facebook page here. We mentioned last week about how important it was to have groups and pages and things of that nature. I did show you one last week that Greg had created, and it was really an awesome page. Let's see if I can pull it up here. I can't spell soccer. It was a FantaZ soccer page. Well, I'll just pull up any of these and show you some of these. Here's a group from Pasadena. Well, this is our corporate site. Here's one that's a gaming site that people have developed. So there's an assortment of sites, and I would highly recommend, if you have any Facebook presence, that you do something similar to this. And I want to show you the ability to build something. This is one that I currently just did. I'm just getting started, so let me click through it here. So I've got this page that I've developed that I'm going to be sending information out to people on Facebook about FantaZ and encouraging them to join. Now you can see I have 3 people that like it. Part of the advantage of having a fan page is that you can see the analytics of who is watching your page. I'm a part of a group called Real Savvy Success, and I just want to show the analytics here. When you view the insights, it's going to show you exactly how many people are looking at the page and what they're looking at. You can see the details of what posts are working, which ones they're looking at, and which ones they're commenting on. So the ability to have analytics on your Facebook fan page is huge. But also the ability to invite all of the people at once is going to be huge for you as well. So I wanted to let you know that if you go through Google Chrome, you can actually toggle all of the people in your entire organization up to 5,000 people, which that's the maximum you can have on Facebook. And I know I'll keep switching screens a lot here, but I want to show you something. If you're on your regular, if you go on through Safari or Explorer, you can't toggle all. You see right here it says select people. So if this is my personal blog fan page, if I wanted to invite people to that page, I would have to go through here and click every single person, and I have 3,700 friends. So I would have to click 3,700 times, and I can tell you it would bog it down so much I can't usually click more than 10 or 15, maybe 20 at the most, and that would take me probably close to a half an hour to click 20 names and have them sent an invitation to come join my fan page. That's through anything but Google Chrome. Through Google Chrome, it gives you this page right here that has a toggle all. It looks exactly like the other share. Here's where you send it to your friends. Suggest to friends. When you click that button, and I went ahead and opened it because the more friends you have, the longer it takes for it to open. So I opened it before I started the webinar. But if you have Google Chrome, you can go in here and suggest to friends. This page pops up. You click toggle all, and you can see all of the color. See the all turn blue. Whereas otherwise, if I tried to select them one at a time, if I clicked, I would have to click this one and this one and this one and this one. It would take forever. And then, you know, once you did it, it bogs it down so much. But with Google Chrome, all you have to do is click toggle all, and it clicks everyone. Now, I unclicked the ones that I had before, but if you didn't have anybody clicked, it would click everyone in your organization, and you could send that information to every single person in your database. So I just quickly want to show you a little bit about how you can do that with Google Chrome. You go right here to Google Chrome extensions. Just type that right here in your search, Google Chrome extensions. The first thing that comes up is right here, and it's going to give you the favorite extensions. Sometimes it will pop up here, and it's going to have a little Facebook icon. And if it doesn't, just go up here to the search and put toggle all Facebook. And you click that in the search, and you're going to see right here the Facebook information come up. Let me click on here one more time. Plus, it's not showing up. I'll put Facebook first. Actually, I think it's this one. They've changed the look of it because it was a little puzzle piece that they had before. Adds a poke. You don't want that. So I'm pretty sure it's this one. And when you get in there, it's going to pop up and give you the information. It's going to give you, I can't do it again because I've already got it. But when that comes up, from that point forward, if you go into Facebook through, you can see right here, I'm on Facebook through my Google Chrome. You're going to be able to toggle all and invite every single person in your database in Facebook to your fan page. Now, I also wanted to show you the difference in a fan page and a group. Under groups, as many of you may or may not know, I used to be in the travel business, and I formed a group when I first came to Facebook called Travel, Have Fun, Make Money. There it is. So this is a group that I created, and the difference in a group and a fan page is for your business, and you can promote your business. A group is for something, for instance, a fan page would be Starbucks. A group would be coffee, or coffee beans, or a fan page would be McDonald's, the actual store, the business, and a group might be French fry lovers, which is what I am. But anyway, with Facebook, when you have a group, there's a reason to have both. You want to have your fan pages, and that's going to be promoting your business, your specific business. And you can promote away. In regular traditional Facebook pages, if you promote a business on a regular basis, they can delete your account without recourse. You can't get that account back. But with the fan page, that's what it's there for, is to promote your business. The benefit of a group is right here. You can message all members. You cannot do that with a fan page. You can't send a message to all the members. They just have to come to the wall and read it. So you have to put interesting things on there and make sure they come back, and a really good fan page engages people and keeps them talking and keeps things happening. With a group, you can message the members as often as you want, and so as your group grows, you can click message all members and put a subject in there and send a message to everybody in the group. And so that's an advantage for having one of each, and I really encourage you to consider doing both. So as we move forward, we want to learn to market these things in the most effective ways, because there's so much in here in the way of marketing that can benefit you. And I'm going to go right in here to the dashboard and show you a few things real quick about your back office. So if you click on dashboard right there, it's going to open this little black box, and it's going to show information here about the number of people you have in your business, how much money is in your Z-wallet, or your e-wallet, and your GTV. I mean, we haven't launched yet, but technically right there, I've already qualified for the first pool. And it's going to be something that's going to move very quickly as you learn exactly how the compensation plan works. So I can't wait for them to get all the new slides ready for the compensation plan, so we can really go over that in depth and give you some goals to shoot for as we launch. But right over here under Office, I want to show you a little bit about your back office. You're going to have information here about your account, and that's going to be your profile and making sure the email is correct and the contact information, things of that nature. You want to make sure you get your money and your tax records are coming to you properly, so that's going to be your account information. One of my favorite buttons is your downline information. Once you click on that, it opens up all of these different buttons across here. You can go here and actually export your information from your entire team into a spreadsheet, so if you need to email them or send communication. So that's a great tool. You have information here where you can show your entire downline and the number of people that are in your entire downline, and an idea of what's in level 1, level 2, level 3. You can kind of judge, if you don't keep track of your numbers, you don't know your business. You've got to keep track of those numbers. You can look at active and see who's actually in there playing games and who's been active and how recently they've been active. Let's see if I click on Larry. He's active now. and he's playing games now, and you can just kind of get a feel for who's been active in the last 30 days. Now you can also click on newest to see who's joined your business most recently, and you can see who's working. So I can see that 2 people have joined my business today. You can click on this person's name and see that she's from South Africa. She's 20 years old, and Money Gamer is her sponsor. I can also click here on her profile and see if she's been playing games yet. And she has. She played Spider Solitaire and Free Cell. So it's a good way for you to keep track of people in your organization. It gives you an idea of who's working. Money Gamer's been working, and by that it could be that he has run some ads, or that he has a Facebook page, or he's called and spoken with someone. I can click on here and send this person an email. If I want to go back to their profile, I can leave them a message right here. I can add right here and send them a message and say, welcome to FantaZ. This is going to be great. Looking forward to some exciting times. Whatever I want to put, welcome to the business. So it gives you the ability to stay in contact and communication with your team. I could also contact Money Gamer and say, congratulations, you know, you brought some more people into the business, strong work. So you can go down the list and see each of those people that are new every day, and open the communication with them and help them. Some of them have signed up as basic ZBOs, and some have signed up as players. If they've signed up as a player, they may not understand that they can sign up as a ZBO. So it's a good thing to be able to get in there and take a look at all of your numbers. I'm going to skip over games, and just briefly while I'm here, just to show you some of the functionality. If you want to put this into cells like this, you can, or if you need to close them all at once, you click X and they're all gone. I'm going to skip over games because that's going to give you the details of the games you play and help you to keep track of that. Another button I want to look at is marketing. When you click on that, it opens all of these tabs, and it's going to give you your websites. You have 4 website links that you can send people to. The first one is the home page, which is the page that you saw when we opened the webinar. The second one is the games page, which would send them straight to this gaming area. So if you're marketing to a person that wants to play games, you would want to send them to this page. The next one it's going to open up is, click back one time too many, office, marketing, and websites. So the next one is profile. So if I was sending this to a friend of mine from high school, I would send them this link because it's going to be my profile page. And it takes a while to click back, but I'll go ahead and open it. And I changed this to this ugly color, and I need to change it back. But if I was sending this to a friend, I would send them this page so that they could see, and I would change the background of pictures of family or our last vacation, or something interesting, or change the color so it doesn't blind you like this. But if I me when they opened it, they would not be. That's what Candy told me about. So back here and go back one. So there are several settings and options to choose from in your marketing back office. You have digital business cards, and we're going to have a huge assortment of cards as we move forward and launch. You have Twitter account, Facebook account that you can send this to. Other networks. There are an assortment of other networks that are social networking. You can send it to any of those. We also have banners that you can just copy and paste this information into a blog, anything like that, where lots of people are using these banners. The next one is one that's really cool, is pre-register. So if you meet somebody, if you happen to actually be at a Starbucks or a Panera and talking to someone about this, and they say, well, it sounds pretty cool, but I'm late for my doctor's appointment, I've got to go. You would say, no problem, let me just give you some information here, and you would put in the promotional code. You would choose that. There may be times as we move forward that the company will have something in the promotional code that would give discounts or things, but you would put something in there that would be a reminder for you. And you would send them, this would send them an invitation to join you in FantaZ. So even though they've got to run, they've got to go, just with a few seconds of putting some information in here, you're going to be able to get their email in here, and they're going to get an email that says, you were invited, you saw a presentation, and we encourage you to pre-register with FantaZ. So they've got a lot of cool things here to help us market our business. Under resources, all of the videos you need, the compensation plan, the terms and conditions, they're all right there. Under stats, this gives you the ability to, again, run your numbers and see how many people are joining your business. it automatically defaults to the last month. So if you click on users for the United States, it's going to bring up the number of users, 17 that have come in the last 30 days from the United States. If I click on world, it's going to show a total of 75 from the world. And it breaks it down into countries. It also will show the map if you'd rather see the actual map to get a better understanding. And I think this is great too, because you show the different states where people have come in and the states where you don't have anybody. So that gives you the ability to target those areas, because there are lots and lots of marketing tools where you can specify an area code, you can specify a state, you can specify a city. So I can just take these states one at a time and say, I'm going to target Nevada, I'm going to target Colorado, you're going to target each thing. Now this is just showing the map of my last 30 days. So if I change the date and did it for the last 6 months, I have people in other states, but you might want to target those states where you don't have many people. So it gives you such capability here to just go through a lot of different things and build your business. A couple other things I want to show you about how you can make money is, as a Z business owner, when you're in the expert pool, when you're in the expert program, and you're paying the $50 a month, it gives you the capability to have tournaments. You get to host tournaments. And I'm going to scroll down here and show you a little bit about this. You can create a private tournament, and you could name it whatever you want. If you want to name it something to do with you, and it could be your high school reunion tournament, or maybe it's the local high school tournament. If you're going to run a tournament with all the kids that play basketball, the parents of the kids that play basketball on your kids' team or something, whatever you want to do in the form of creating this tournament, and then you put the number of players down, anywhere from, say you're going to have 15 players, and say the entry fee you decide is going to be $6 per person. You can see right here, first place, if you only have one prize. Let's up the ante a little bit and make it $20 per person. You can see the first prize is going to be $210. If you decide to have two prizes, then first place will get $147 and second place will get $63. If you decide to have third place, first, second, and third, first place will get $126, second place will get $52, third place will get $31.50. So let's say you change it and you're going to say, I want to make it just be 6 players. That's going to change the winnings because it's fewer people participating in the tournament. Now, you can send this out, and not only are you going to make the PTV, the personal tournament volume, you're also going to be able to make a percentage of the entire tournament of everybody that plays. And we will have the capability as we move forward with huge, huge tournaments that the company will host, where the prizes might be a life experience, where they might get to go have dinner with the celebrity. They're flown in to have dinner and get to be seated at the 50-yard line and go out afterwards for the victory party or whatever. So life experiences will be a part of that. There is so much that we have as we're moving forward, and it's very exciting because you can just feel the excitement when we're on the advisory board meetings. It's very exciting because we are so very close to the launch date. So I want to show you very quickly the PTV and how that's going to benefit you in your business. To be qualified to earn commissions, you have to have 100 PTV, that's personal tournament volume. And that's what's listed right here, the PTV. So for each game that's played, whether it's played by you or one of the players that you have introduced to the business, you're going to accumulate the PTV that's right over here. So if I need 100 PTV, then 25 times is 100 PTV. So I would need to play this game 5 times. So that's going to cost me about $125. Now I don't have to pay the $125. I can have other players that are playing to reach this point. Now because I'm an overly achieving person, I will probably go in the very first day of qualification and play my 25 5 times to be sure that I have my 100 PTV. Now as I move forward, I can imagine that I'm going to have 100 PTV in the first 10 minutes of the opening time for the qualification, because as we move forward, we're going to have so many players on board that the PTV is going to be met so fast. But I'm going to get in here myself and play games just to be sure that my PTV is met. So you need to be in here right now playing as many games as you can. The company has given you free money, play money in your e-wallet. So you might as well play some games and have some fun with it and test your skills. I encourage you to do exactly what I did, is get in here and click every single button you can find. And if you find any sort of glitch, anything, the whole purpose of a beta program is to give feedback. And right over here on the left is the feedback button. You click that, and there are drop downs to say, what is the feedback? Is it a suggestion? Is it a problem with the game, a problem with the site, a problem with the account, problem with the user? You click whatever it is, and then you fill in the information here, submit this feedback, and that's going to help our company make it better than it ever thought that it could be possible to be. I mean, we've had numerous people in here sending suggestions, and that's what makes it so good, is we're being able to, that's one of the things that changed the compensation plan, is a group of people got together and said, you know what would be fun is if you did this and this and this, and the company thought about it and said, that would be good. It would be good to benefit people like that. And so they've enhanced and improved the compensation plan to where there is more money for you as a ZB owner, ZBO, Z business owner, to make even more money than what we originally thought we could make. So we're really excited about what's going on, and we're really excited about how close we are getting to launch. And it's important that we all stay focused on what we need to do. And I want to try to open it up and see if anybody has any questions tonight. If you do, you can go over there into the little toolbar and raise your hand, and I'll unmute you, and you can ask a question. Okay, and I see Greg has his hand up. Let me get him unmuted. Hey, Greg, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. One thing about back to the celebrities when you're sharing on Facebook. I haven't did it for a while, but when it first come out, all that would go on the Facebook was a link. Have they changed it yet to where people see an image of the celebrity?
You know, I know what you're talking about. It would just say join, but they would, when they opened it, it would go to their celebrity page. Or
Right.
if someone clicked that link, it would go to the celebrity page. And I agree with you. If it would show a little
Image
picture
of,
of them, so somebody, yeah, that image that's a great idea. I agree.
right.
That's something that we should probably suggest. I will make note of that. And we have an advisory board for the MLM division that takes suggestions to them. That's an excellent suggestion. We will definitely suggest that.
And also,
Anything
you
else?
said on the targeting certain areas.
Uh-huh.
Is there a program that we can use to do that? How we do that?
Yes, there are several. There are several. There's, you know, I've owned traditional businesses, and it takes marketing. When I had my travel agency, I had to have a listing in the Yellow Pages. That's pointless nowadays, but a Yellow Page ad was very expensive. But I do think it's important to do some targeted marketing in the way of email blast or sending people to a blog or to a website. And on the team site here at ZBO Info, under marketing tips, I've tried to list some of those. I've used ClickSense and ThumbView and Easy Hits for You. Revisitor is one that's got really good targeted traffic for people that play games. They have a specific section that's for game players. And I've run across several other companies just recently, and I'll be adding to this list. I've actually thought about having webinars to just do training on marketing online, because I have so many people in other companies that are saying, how can you drive traffic and what can you do? But I'm right now working with my church on a campaign to retire the debt of the church. And we can target people in the zip code right around the church. I mean, it'll go to emails of people just in that zip code.
Oh, really?
So if we were having a meeting with FantaZ that was going to be in a specific area, you could go right to that targeted area, send emails to that area saying, join us for a meeting, you know, a red carpet event where you're going to get to meet these football stars just before the football game or whatever. You know, you could send that out specifically. So I've gotten several other companies that I use besides these, and I'll put that information on here. I'll have it there within 24 hours.
Okay. And as far as the changes on the compensation plan, is it on our site now, or are they?
No,
Okay.
yeah, I tell you what. I tell you how strong. I mean, this speaks volumes to me. when the committee recommended some of these changes, it was going to cost the company more money just in the compensation plan, but it was also going to cost them money because they have to go reshoot the video of Michelle describing the compensation plan. So Thursday, they are reshooting that video with the new compensation plan enhancements. So I don't know how long it will take them then to mix it and get it on the back on the website. It's going to be, a few days, but it's really nice enhancements to the program.
Awesome. And one last thing. I can't figure out how to send a private message. Can you show that on how to send a message?
Yeah.
I know how to do the public messages, but for the life of me, I can't figure out how to do the private ones.
Okay. And it's been a while since I've done this, so let me click here and see. They may have to be, I'm thinking they may have to, I'll have to study it, Greg.
Yeah, they need to maybe simplify that part of the site too, because I can't figure it out.
And that's a problem. People used to have that problem with Facebook too. They would send a message, it'd be out there for the whole world to see, and they didn't mean for the whole world to see it.
Right.
So that apparently is a problem with social media, is people trying to get that private message sent. So I'll figure that out and let you know by the next webinar.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay, I'm going to mute you, and I've got one more person that got their hand raised. Okay, Ryan, you're unmuted. Ryan, can you hear me? Might not have speakers. Has no headset. Okay. I'm looking at the typed questions. If you want to type anything, you can, but I'm not able to hear you, so I will move on to the next person. Does anybody else have a question? Okay. Well, I appreciate you all joining us tonight on the webinar, and we will be back here next Monday. We'll have the information on ZBO info, which is right here, and it's just zboinfo.com. You'll be able to register for the next webinar, and we try to keep you updated as to what's going on. If there's anything new, we will post it there. So we thank you again for being on the call tonight, and we'll talk to you next time.